Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Amorous. Today we're starting on this screen here, right in the foyer of the house. So, quick recap of what happened last time. Last time we went on a little date with Lex, and we ended up messing up like everything, but somehow Lex still loved it. Not love, well, Lex still likes us, and I think we put the clear intention that we are going to be dating in Lex's mind. We still don't know whether or not Lex is a boy or a girl, but I guess it doesn't really matter. That's just kind of how this game is. The other thing that happened last time is we got a fine. We got caught by the cops. Date ended right there, and they brought us back to the house. Stuff. But now, let's go ahead and see if we can call Lex. Alright. Ring, click. Hello? Hey, Lex? Yeah, a sec. Hey dude. What the heck was that? Oh, I had a little gout in my mouth. Do I sound better now? You're still kind of lispy. Were you at the dentist? Ha, kinda. I got my tongue done. Ha ha, well fun. You'll have to send me a picture. Don't worry, I won't put it on the weird Vore forums. Don't want to know how you know that when it's a bit less red later, maybe. Are you gonna have that cute lisp when I see you next? Because I might lose it. Haha, fuck off. No, it'll pass. It heals pretty quickly. Already had it done a while. Shame, that would have been ammo for a good hour or so. So I guess this means you're out of action for a while? Not too long, though yeah, maybe give me a couple days. Anyway, wanted to get your opinion on something. How'd you feel about hanging out with the guys again? Not any more urban exploring, right? I don't think my heart can take that so soon after last time. Flew over here with my parents, and I guess the fine they sent through wasn't much more than a parking ticket, but I think one warning this month is probably enough. Yeah, not looking to repeat that for a while either, dude. Pretty sure I mentioned before about the camping trips we take in the summer, right? Well, I sort of wondered if you wanted to come on one. Little late notice maybe, but Casey called up and said he'd booked a spot. Marshmallows, chilling, not getting chased around by security guards. This weekend? Sure, I could be up for that. Anything I need to bring? It's only a 2-day thing, so we won't need much. Anyway, most of us pretty much suck at cooking, so we're talking pizza and chicken and shit. I figured you're good to share my tent, right? Right, I figured on that last part. Well, packing light works for me. I'll be sure to pick up some marshmallows and stuff too. And booze, right? Yep, not a camping trip if you aren't drinking. Before I might have disagreed with that statement, but these days, yeah, I kind of agree. Well, cool, though. Just text me your booze of choice, dude. I owe you for us getting run off at the warehouse. Alright, well thank you, Lex. Will your tongue be all healed up by then? Yeah, no worries there. Awesome. Well, good. I look forward to seeing you then. Text me if you think of anything else I'll need. Yeah, be great to hang out more. See you then, dude. Click. Alright, sharing a tent. Well, I can think of less indirect offers. I guess that fits with Lex's blasé attitude to dating, though. I guess I have more than enough time to pack and maybe make a few excuses about where I'm going after the last nighttime outing with Lex. Some time with KZ, Taylor, and Jade wouldn't be too bad either. They seemed pretty cool. It sounded like a fun time, less exciting than getting chased around maybe, but I could stand to spend some time with Lex without the being terrified and out of my element parts. Well, that's in a few days. Maybe I'll check out what good backpacks they have at the camping store first. Doesn't seem like I'll need to go nuts with camping gear though, especially if we won't be cooking. An icebox maybe. The next few days passed without incident. Lex's tongue had healed up, I'd given my liver a rest so that Lex's drinking games didn't take me out. And everything was settled at home after the trespassing incident. Okay. We ended up taking Lex's car again. We had mostly brought a few bags of unhealthy snacks and half a bar's worth of drink. The back seat was a chiming, clatters collection of beers and assorted boozes, our clothes and other essentials. In contrast, were enough to take to... Wait. Okay. The back seat was a chiming clatters collection of beers and assorted boozes. Our clothes and other essentials, in contrast, were enough to take in 2 small backpacks, with a third for the tent and an inflatable bed. Oh, inflatable bed? Come on. Ah. Okay, I guess they're gonna suck at camping. Lex had brought most of the snacks and drink. They said they owed it from waiters, and to pay back the trouble from the warehouse. I made them promise to at least let me cover gas, but with the campground being relatively close to the city, didn't exactly seem like a fair exchange. I just had to find a way to pay it back. Lex showed off the bar through their tongue. The swelling had gone down, and whilst it was still tender, it looked pretty cool. Any word from your other friends? Jake or anyone? Nah, it'll be just the 5 of us this time. Jake is still stuck in his uncle's place. Poked around a couple of the others, but they're a little hard to get a hold of, so no new people to quiz you. I think I got off lightly last time, but I'm sure I'll get a little. Maybe, but I think they know to back off a little. They're usually pretty chill about stuff, and while Taylor has been trying to set me up with someone for a while, they're not exactly pushy. Lex smirked at this. Thought about doing something obvious like reaching my hand over the center console to hold hands, but with the sun going down and the roads turning windier up into the hills, their attention was held by the road. I'd have plenty of time for that later. The light was already going down by the time we got to this campsite. Casey and Taylor were already there, setting up a larger 2-bedroom tent. We mostly spent the first hour working together to get the tent up and the bed inflated. It would be pretty cozy in Lex's 2-man tent, and Taylor's... Oh, excuse me. And Taylor's pixie-ish smirk wasn't too far from her lips when passing by our little construction project. By the time Jade arrived, we had an inferno of a campfire roaring against the night, and Lex and myself were busying ourselves dragging out the cool box of pre-chilled beers. Taylor had brought out a guitar and was strumming a little ditzy. Casey had taken off on his bike to pick up the chicken. So, you think we've got enough unhealthy crap? Probably. Well, the place isn't too far from the interstate. There's this big rest stop there with the fried chicken place and a pizza joint. So if we run out of snacks, we can always go grab some. I was kidding, hun. Anyways, said hun. Made her blush. Look at that blush. The beer, oh. Anyway, graham crackers are sort of healthy. Only before you put chocolate on them, Lex. The jerky then? Sort of. You really do suck at cooking, huh? Hey, it's not killed me yet. Yeah, and you look good for someone who survives off chips and jerky. I'll take that as a compliment. Well, maybe it added to the curviness of Lex's hips, but I wasn't going to say that in front of Jade and Taylor. Speaking of junk, I think I hear KZ with chicken. It was indeed KZ, whose bike seat was crammed full with the fried chicken. We set up around the fire, passing beers and fried meat back and forth until we were all sitting happy, dipping chicken into the little pots of lukewarm gravy and warming our legs on the fire against the admittedly mild night. Despite the lack of any real need for the crackling fire in the mild summer night, it added to the atmosphere. The smell of burning wood always brought me back to fun memories. Fireworks celebrations, family vacations, even grilling parties. I'm sure we'd all leave the campsite well smoked, like a bunch of hams, and getting that smell out of clothes and fur was a pain, but for now none of those thoughts were close at hand as we relaxed. So you guys got out alright the other night? After we started running, it was too crazy to keep track. Yeah, after the guard nabbed you two, we were able to get out through that window again. Though next time we should totally mark that door so it's easier to find. It sucks that you guys got caught though. At least the find they sent through wasn't too bad, and the rest of the night was pretty cool. Hell yeah, I think we'll have to have an office chair soccer rematch eventually. Hopefully whatever stuff like that we do in the future, we can be more quiet about it. Not that racing office chairs wasn't super fun. Oh hey, speaking of which, Lex rummaged through a bag at their side and pulled out a pair of portable speakers and started to connect them up for some music. Good idea. I know it'd help me sleep to have the speakers playing tonight. You're one to talk. The first time I came here, I ended up sharing that bedroom compartment in Kaz's tent with your fuzzy glowing butt. At least I don't snore. Snore? I haven't noticed. I mean, fucking Jesus, Sheldon. Oh, I think that that pissed off Lex a little bit. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so sweet setup, huh? Always good to hang out in the nature and all that. Yeah, I don't camp very much, but I could certainly get used to this. Home cooking kind of weirdly helps, haha. Just don't try to flame cook chicken. Learned that the hard way. It just burns up. Yeah, I guess this stuff isn't really designed for being dangled over an open fire. Let's not set ourselves on fire either. I stretched out a little, sharing a log with Lex. Gotta say, with all the time I've lived here, I've not really spent much time out here in the woods. Makes a change to get out of the city a bit. I don't know, the comforts of the city are good too, but yeah, unplugging a little is pretty awesome. There's a trail nearby too. It does a loop of all the camp spots back toward the shower block and the toilets. We should totally go on a night hike. Speak for yourself, Nightlight. That's exactly how we ended up getting lost that one time. We found our way back. No, Jade, we found our way to a camp. Oh, okay. Apparently the game bugged out a little bit. I have no idea what expression Miss Lex is having. So, that's gonna be interesting. Okay. No, Jade, we found our way to a camp spot that had a similar looking tent to ours. Remember, there was that family in the tent and we almost got into a fight? Speak for yourself. The sun was pretty cute. I knew where I was going. All in favor of not following Jade's dick into the woods? Aye. Though it would be good to show Sheldon around before it gets super late. And before too many more beers. Yeah, don't want to get lost trying to find the restroom. Well, I suppose I can excuse myself from your little stroll, but it'll cost you some of that jerky. Deal, dude. Catch. Okay. The trail around the campsite was a wide circle through the trees, mostly keeping at a respectable distance from the clearings set out for the campers. It wasn't too late into the night, and we passed families and other campers sitting around their own campfires, sharing laughs and fun times. It was a quiet night in general, and the stroll was mostly an opportunity to have a private breather with Lex. We hit the central area of the camp where the shower block and toilets were, passed through a small parking lot for those camping spots off the broader path we used to drive right onto our own spot. The campsite seemed pretty well maintained, but at least half of the spaces were empty. Maybe it was a little too early in the season for it. A lot of kids were still in school. On the way back towards our camp space, we passed another group of guys our age who were quietly playing what seemed to be a metal track from a radio. See? We're not the only alternative group up here. No one else seems to have a bucket of chicken though, so I think we win coolest campsite. Ha! Hell yeah. So Sheldon, this working out? I mean, as, like, a date and stuff. What? Come on. I'm trying with that stuff. Sorry, Lex, but yes, I'm happy to be here with you. You did good, Lex. Don't worry about it. Lex sighed, reassured, and held her hand out for me to take as we walked. See? We got to skip through the woods singing tra-la-la. Don't say I don't know how to be girly and romantic. Hey, quit it. I came up to talk to you that first night when you were cussing out your phone and smoking in an alleyway. I don't need you to be someone you're not, Lex. Yeah, I know. Lex squeezed my fingers. For the record, I missed you this week. The husky stopped in the path and tugged my arm a little to make me stop and turn back to them. Listen, before we go back to camp and shit, I gotta know, would it be too gay or weird for you to make out with a girl? I'd technically not be gay, and no, it wouldn't be too weird. I take it this is my heads up, which I appreciate, Lex. I know you don't put much stock in pronouns, but knowing going forward helps. They cupped my cheek with one hand and locked our lips together before I could open my mouth to ask what they were doing. The kiss was full of a deep, grateful sort of passion that let me feel Lex's ferociousness to prove themselves. I returned the kiss, tongue lapping against Lex's own, feeling that new bead in the center, until they broke off with a nudge against my snout and a playful slap on my hip. Lex was smirking under a blush that spoke to how they had surprised themselves as well. I'd had my suspicions about the husky's gender. I suppose the attitude in being small-chested threw me off a little, but they were female. Lex was a plaid shirt away from looking like a girl I knew in school with the same haircut, so I guess it was an easy guess even with the butch accent. There. Ice broken? Can I stop freaking out about being a shitty friend, girlfriend, whatever person yet? Lex? I caught their jacket before they could move away and start walking back to the camp, a playful grin on my face as I forced the flustered husky to stay there and deal with our kissing for a moment longer. You're too much of a badass to be a pussy about this, so kiss me properly before we have to go back. They looked shocked for a moment before relenting and tilting in to kiss me properly, snout to the right as I tilted left. I found that new piercing to play with, rolling it with my tongue. Lex let out a playful moan as our bodies collided on every scale. They tugged me close, pressing together for warmth as we lapped and rolled our tongue against the others on the relative seclusion of the path. Wow, that is a lot of detail about kissing. Like, a lot of detail. Okay, after a moment that could have been a half an hour, Lex broke the kiss with a grunt, wiping their glossy lips. My mouth was tingling from the intensity of the union. Sheldon, don't call me a fucking pussy again, or I'll kick your ass. Come and get it. Oh, really now? Lex guided me off the path, back up against one of the large trees with their hands on my hips, pushing my ass up against the trunk. You think you can take me, pretty boy? You're gonna have to put your money where that cute mouth is if you want to play tough. Lex kissed me again with a rough and punctuating passion as their fingers laced together behind my back and pulled us hip to hip. After a moment, Lex let go of my hips. They placed a more gentle kiss on my cheek as they chuckled through unsteady breath. Wow, someone's been waiting. Oh, fuck. I guess we shouldn't fuck up against a tree for our first time. Trust me, I like naughty and all, but it's best not to get run off by another security guard, I guess. Yeah, okay. You escape your beating on that pussy comment for now. Lex gave me one hug to ensure that I would be thinking about our private tent for the rest of the attempt to socialize with their friends. Oh, wow. Wow, it's pretty mean. Lex stepped back onto the path, pulling their pants up a little. I followed them back towards the camp, feeling teased in all the best ways as Lex lit up a cigarette. You staring at my ass back there? You bet I am. Lex shook the curve of their rump in those fashionably tight jeans, and I quickened my step to catch up and slip my hand into their back pocket as we walked. Glad to see Lex had the same look of blissful tension as they tempted our self-control with one last kiss. Returning to the campground, the group gave a playful cheer. It was truly dark now, not just the hazy darkness a few hours after the sun had set, and the fire was a lot more welcome. I was blushing pretty hard and glad for the darkness and severe light of the fire to hide the fact as we sat back down together and Lex passed me a beer. Sidling up so we were hip to hip without much concern for Casey's playful smirk. The travelers return. You missed the first 6-pack of Bear Moon. No great loss then. So here we are. So here we all are again. Sheldon, you've played Easy Way, Hard Way with Lex before, right? So, how about Truth or Dare? Spooky woods, lots of booze, sounds like the best way to wring a few good stories out of the newbie. Haha, maybe. Sure, I'm game for a little while. I don't want to get too fucked up tonight, though. Hit me. Truth. Lex, how far have you and Sheldon... Dare then. Okay. Oh, so the game's a little buggy with this part. So now we have no body language, but we have face to, Jesus Christ, this is hilarious. It's just a floating Lex head there. The smirk and a blush on the face. Alright, dare then, and don't just dare me to tell you, or to reenact it. A bit late for stupid dares that won't get us kicked out. Fine, I dare you to make the pizza run tomorrow in my outfit. Bra and everything. That I'd pay to see. You're on, but I dare you to sit around the camp nude while I do it. Ah, this is why I love camping with you two. Okay. So, Sheldon, truth or dare? Oh God, what? Let's play it safe with truth. Time to drink to something gooey. How about you tell us how you feel about little Lexi here? Guys. Okay, dare. Ugh, you guys are so sensitive since you started dating. Fine. When you fuck tonight, you have to play that Lone Isle song. You know, sex was just had. Oh man. God. These guys remind me of some of my friends. Like, yeah. Sure. Though I don't think you guys will be checking. Oh, we'll send Jade in to check. Don't you doubt it. He's like a bloodhound, but for... Hey, your next dare is really gonna be up in the ante if you finish that snake butt. The game of Truth or Dare didn't run too late, though Casey and Jade did end up in a game of Waterfall that lasted multiple beers. The game was about to turn sexual, with Taylor and Jade mutually challenging each other to a pantsless race to the showers and back, but when our giggling and music caused a couple of mutters from nearby campsites, it forced us to quiet down. It was after midnight that the fire started dying down and we decided to retire into the tents to escape the cooling night. We stole the speakers to run quietly in our cozy little tent and made our good nights before sealing ourselves in. Kicked off our boots at the door and scrambled about on the unstable inflatable mattress that made our little mound of blankets and backpacks feel like we'd set up our bed inside of a bounce house. We wobbled about, this time mostly not due to the drink, shivering a little against the cool night as we clambered under the covers, fully clothed. Under the thick covers, we started to warm up, and Lex's teeth quickly stopped clattering as they hugged up to my side. I stroked their arm to help them warm up. Wow, it was a little strange to be in bed fully clothed, especially with jackets on, but the small space would heat quickly. I didn't know if Lex was tired. It was hard to judge as we hugged close to conserve heat, but I certainly wasn't. After our playtime out in the woods, even the cool latex cove of our tent couldn't douse off my excitement to be alone again with the husky. I held them close, turning on my side to slip my arm under their pillow and nuzzled down into their hair. Lex smelled most of all of the fire with a hint of caramelizing marshmallows. I suppose I probably smelled the same as Lex's snout nudged into my collarbone. It was a shame not to get more of that woody, loose-leaf tobacco smell that I'd started to associate with them, but I suppose it was being filtered out by the soot in my nose. A squeeze around my waist caught my attention as their snout peeked out from beneath the blankets to look up at me. They were smiling, snuggled close to my t-shirt for warmth. The contented smile was cute, peeking out of the little cave Lex had made against my side. They held me close as I wrapped my leg around their own to pull us together, hands stroking their back. We lay there together, bodies heating the bedding, for some time, just enjoying the other's closeness. Lex listened to my heartbeat through my chest, the blankets pulled so high that they were basically hidden in their own little blanket cove against me. Their tight hug and simple cuddle gave me comfort beyond the warmth as their fingers played along my back. I didn't think you'd be into this whole stuff. Cuddling, I mean. I muttered quietly, feeling the warmth of their body up against mine as they pet my back in return, snout resting against my arm and filling my t-shirt with the heat of their breath to warm me against the night. They snickered as their tail twitched the blankets back and forth and they squeezed my leg with their own. Dude, everyone likes cuddling. Might not be great at the whole public display thing, but I'm not made out of stone. Hey, you seem better at public stuff than most. Lex grinned and nipped my shirt, rolling their hands down to the waistband of my pants, then back up inside my top, their fingers on my bare flesh making me prickle for a moment as they invaded the warm layer with their cool touch. Fucking around when we're not supposed to is different. I don't know, when I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do, it's kinda harder for me. Going out to some fancy restaurant and having to act all lovey-dovey just kills the mood for me. Noted. The sound of our clothes coming unzipped and unbuttoned wasn't so subtle as our eyes locked in the low light of the tent. Dude, don't let me get cold. Hush, come here. Okay. So, yeah. Yep, that's a thing. That was amazing, Lex. Fuck yeah, it was. I could use a comfier bed for next time maybe, but yeah, fuck. Oh yeah, I guess we have to play that song now. They probably heard us anyway, but it's better than them bursting in on us, because I'm too fucking exhausted to get dressed. They rolled free of my embrace and grabbed the speakers, navigating their phone settings for a moment, until the joke song started playing. My hand stroked over their rump admiringly as they messed around with the settings. From outside somewhere, the others let out a cheer. Oh, God. Isn't... It's, again, exactly what my friends would do. From outside somewhere, the others let out a cheer, but I'd already pulled Lex back to me and kissed them tenderly, scooting them close to me by their rump as though our bodies needed to be in contact for me to exist right now. Oh, God. Fuck. Okay, so either we're about to royally screw this up, or we're going to make everything great. Okay. Alright. You know I love you, right? I stroked down their side as we lay in repose. Yeah. I think I love you too. They smiled and leaned in so we could share another kiss, our spent bodies pressing close in the hot tent as somewhere between the start of the kiss and the birds chirping in the morning, we both fell asleep. So yeah, somehow, I think I made like the first actual right decision in this whole storyline. God, I don't even know how we ended up here. Okay, in the morning we slipped off to the showers, not quite a walk of shame considering we snuck into the same cubicle, but definitely averting the eyes of the others a little. I'd already warmed up to them all pretty well, but we weren't exactly quiet the night before. I felt like this was the start of something great with Lex, and even though much of the morning had turned dark and wet, we spent much of the day in Casey's tent playing cards and eating pizza. Rain called off many of the previous day's dares. Getting to spend a whole weekend with Lex was amazing. I returned home with a spring in my step and a few little private bruises for Kobe to tease about. Whew! Hey, bed. It's been a while. Okay, apparently we got This Is Love. Alright, so I am going to end it off there. Next time we are going to continue and see what else we can do with Lex. Thank you very much for watching. Well, excuse me. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.